Part 27H, Deforestation and Forest Management on the Flat Earth. Brian has gone and lost his mind. Why on earth would he be covering the deforestation and forest management topics in this series? In the context of evolution and that everything goes on forever without any catastrophes, then deforestation would be bad. On the other hand, when you know the reality of your world and the real truth, then deforestation is an absolute necessity to mitigate the damages caused by the EMCO. You see, without the truth, nothing makes sense. With the truth, everything makes sense. The controllers have always had a problem: how to rebuild civilization and still reduce the damage caused by the EMCOs. For the controllers to rebuild this, they need slaves. That would be you and this. Metals. And as we all know, that is a very bad thing during the EMCO. Those slaves need cheap and affordable shelter, so the controllers need this. Lumber. To get the lumber, they need timber. To get the timber, they need forests. More specifically, conifer forests. The conifer forests of the world, the darker greens. What are conifers? Pine and fir trees. Conifers are fast-growing, lighter, and softer wood, and straight, easier for felling, transport, storage, and milling into lumber than deciduous trees. And conifers are mostly inedible. Most of the large herbivores will not eat the needles, cones, and bark, except moose, beavers, porcupines, etc. But generally speaking, they can be grown without large-scale destruction from animal life. So now ask yourself a question. Knowing what you know now, if you were a controller, where would you plant and grow the conifer forest to get the timber to make lumber to build cheap shelters for the slaves? Yep, above the 45th degree north latitude. Why? If you have to create a huge fuel source where it would inevitably feed the conflagration fires during the EMCO, the controllers realized they needed to keep that fuel source up north, where the waters from the north will quell said fuel source, and keep as many large areas around the safe zones of the 33rd degree parallel combustion free. In the form of dry, desolate, semi-arid, or desert-like conditions. And how do they do that? Weather modification. The deforestation of the Amazon, Central Africa, and the Far East around the equator is to mitigate and to create enormous fire breaks. Anyone who has fought a fire knows about fire breaks. It is an attempt to remove combustible material to prevent the fire from going in a certain direction. Fire breaks can be small or very large depending on the size of the forest or potential fuel source for any fires. Clear-cutting checkerboard patterns are the current method of logging. The loggers don't understand why, but the top-level forest managers do. These clear-cutting methods are being used as huge fire breaks for the inevitable conflagration fires that will arrive soon. The very top-level controllers know exactly what they are trying to mitigate. They know from their real history that they are only taught about the conflagration fires. Just like the tree line safe zones at elevation, the controllers are trying to create fire breaks and safe zones within the forests. Will it be enough? No, because they do not understand the plasma and how it reaches out and touches everything. They just know it is a fire, but we all know it is so much more. Next video, part 27I, Oil and Petroleum on the Flat Earth.